Hey everybody, it's the interview queen Alicia Atout here, and I am very, very excited to be catching up with Thunder Rosa. Hi!
Hi. Sorry, I was like, we just had a couple of technical difficulties, but we're here.
How are you doing today? I know you just got back from the gym. It's already been a day which is like go, go, go for you.
No, well, I've been trying to do this like 5 a.m. club thing, and I was listening to it with Jay Shetty today, the guy that is writing the book. I'm trying to wake up at 5 in the morning with my husband because he starts working really early. So I can start my day really early, and I have like the whole entire day to do things because I'm trying to like now, as you can see, I'm trying to blog. I'm trying to take care of my dog. I'm trying to take care of my like personal stuff. And it takes a lot of time. But in the last couple of days, because of tapings, like my schedule was like, blah, and I just yesterday I woke up at 10, and today I woke up at 8. So tomorrow I'm waking up at 5 because I have to go to jiu-jitsu class at 6 in the morning.
Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the beginning, the fresh slate.
2 hours earlier, so that was good. It was good.
Well, you had mentioned tapings there, so I have to ask, how has life as NWA Women's Champion been treating you? Congratulations.
Thank you. I mean, for me, nothing changes. I keep being the same person, but it's just it hits me because it's a big deal. I mean, it's a pretty old championship, so for me to become one of the champions and being the first Mexican-born wrestler to be a champion, it's very special. Tapings were really fun. My match with Allysin Kay on Hard Times was one of the hardest hitting matches I've had in a while. I will say that was that, and like one time I faced Holidad when we first faced each other. I was like,
right.
pretty sure. We went pretty Japanese style on Friday, but the fans still raving about it, and she mentioned something that again we are no longer a popcorn match. And I think NWA women's division has shown that we have one of the hardest hitting wrestlers in the business, and we are not afraid to like bring it down. I mean, I'm a fighter, it's just like ingrained now on my blood. And I mean, a lot of people might not like that, but it's okay.
I love the fact that you two are actually able to face on such a great stage, because anytime I watch Allysin or I watch you wrestle, like, you're right, you bring it, you don't hold back, whether it is facing a male, female, like, it doesn't matter. You guys are just like balls to the wall, and I've always admired that about you so much. So did it make sense that that was the match you had in order to get that championship? Like, did that mean even more, the fact that you didn't have to hold back, you could just give it your all and go against someone who you knew would give the same?
Yeah, but I mean personally, every time I have a championship match, especially how special this match was gonna be, I always try to bring everything I have. Like last time I was in Japan, I had a really hardcore. It was pretty hardcore. Gifts went viral because I gave the girl a DVD driver on the apron, and she looked like she died. Like the match was really strong, and I remember the promoter of that promotion of Tokyo Joshi, he came at the end and said, "You're one of the best workers I've seen, on this industry." And I was just like, for somebody like that to say something to me, it meant a lot. So I was like, this is the NWA championship match. I have to bring everything I have, and we're gonna go toe to toe and see who's the best opponent. And I came out triumphant.
I absolutely love that. And before we actually started recording, we were kind of just catching up off camera, and we were saying how fans speculate. They're always like, oh, I think she's going to end up here, she's going to go there. And it was the same for me before signing with MLW. So for you, when it came to NWA, when you were announced like, hey, I'm going to be doing a lot of shows with this brand, I think this is great, people were so psyched. But was there a lot of speculation, and did you kind of see that also within your feed?
No, I don't think it was a speculation. I think I was very clear that the only company that I will be signing, it will be NWA. I mean, as you drop my contract with Lucha, and then I literally had nothing going for me. Like it was nothing. So I was kind of scared. And then that's when I signed Combate America's contract. And as soon as I signed Combate, that was like on Monday. I signed NWA on Friday, and I was very specific.
Wow.
Yeah, that I wanted to do MMA, along with wrestling, and they're totally supportive with that. They did a little mini documentary for my first fight, and they put it on NWA Power in one of the episodes from season 1. And so like they're very, very supportive, and they're already asking me, when is your next fight? When is your next fight? And I'm like, I don't know until October. I need to get ready. Because like honestly, being a wrestler and a fighter, it's very difficult because you have to be in the gym for a long time, and then you disrupt your training because of wrestling, and then wrestling
Right.
is not given because we take really high bumps, and it's high risk, and it's very impactful. So there's times in where I come back and I'm just like, I'm half good as I was last week, so I got to take care of my body, and I have to listen to my body now. I'm 33, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling on my joints. I'm feeling it everywhere, but it's not impossible. Once I put a date on when I'm going to fight, I'm probably going to start taking bookings in the indies and,
Just
and just
really focus. Yeah.
really focus on my fight and NWA. That's the only thing I'm going to do. And they are totally good with that.
Now, I've spoken with a couple of people who have gone from MMA to wrestling or from wrestling to MMA, and I was curious for you, were there any slight fears going into it, because it is a total different way of fighting? I know you're a total badass, but were there any worries going into something that is so different and a little bit more, I don't want to say more physical, but known, for being a bit more hardcore in that sense?
Well, absolutely. Like, is a total different sport, and it's a sport that has a multitude of different sports in it. They have Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing, jiu-jitsu, grappling, all this stuff. So you need to learn all these aspects of the sport and put it in one once you get in the cage. And in wrestling, like you're a high flyer, you're a grappler, it is different. And then just like doing certain things a certain way that you're used to it shows when you're in the cage, or it shows when I'm practicing. Like, I'm really good at staying on standing, but once I take them down, I don't know what to do with my bottom, like with my legs, to hold the person down. So it's a learning experience, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm very resilient, and I don't give up. Like, that's the thing. I get very frustrated because there's days that you have excellent days and you see progress, and there's some days and you're like, oh my god, I suck today.
I feel you.
But that's everywhere. It's the same thing when you're in wrestling and you're learning wrestling. Like, there's a move that you just can't get it, and you just can't get it, but you just have to like do many reps and reps and reps and reps and reps until you get it. That's the beauty of the sport. It's an art. You just have to repeat until it's perfect.
I love the fact that you are so resilient. And I mean, one of the first things I really bonded with you over was, I remember being at a Rise show, and it was us and Holly Dead in the back. And I just started talking to you two, and there was no bullshit. You felt so real. You felt very honest. And I appreciate that, because I like to think that I am the same. And so I feel like I really bonded with you two because of that. And I love Holly. I love you. And so I wanted to ask, have you always kind of been that way, where you've always been very blunt, very forward? You've always kind of said it the way it is and the way that you think?
Yeah, I think, yes, I got in a lot of trouble for that. Yeah. Like, I have to like simmer it down now that I'm in wrestling, because there's a lot of very, very I don't want to say delicate, or like very sensitive individuals. So
very sensitive.
There's times in where I have to keep my mouth shut and do it in a more political way, and where I'm not, my name is not being dragged on the mud, but it's still some of the stuff that needs to be said are being said. But definitely, I there's nothing that I hate the most than I know that somebody's like saying something on my back, and then they come and shake my hand and look at me straight in the eye, and I'm like, look at straight in the eye.
Crazy.
And I said, I know what you said. I know who you are. That's okay. I'm just doing this because I'm a respectful person. But don't push me, because you're gonna see me.
And I could get that vibe from you when I met you, and it's a good vibe, because I'd rather someone be honest, and I'd rather somebody say it how it is than be that kind of like person that's like, oh, hey, so great to meet you, and that they were gossiping behind your back like 2 hours prior, whatever it may be. I think it's a lot better to be straight up, because then there's a lot less BS you have to deal with in the future.
Yeah, and I think when the other person is open and to hear you, and you're able to express, if you had a problem or whatever, they're able to hear you, not from you're trying to criticize them. It's coming from a real place, like you're a real person. You get hurt when people start say or do certain stuff. I think that's the best way. And I had really good conversations with some people that I had issues with before, and we talk and we like iron them out, and then we ended up being good friends afterwards, you know, and having mutual respect, which is the most important part. We're all adults, but there's with certain people that you have to like always walk on eggshells and just rather not say anything, just keep it the way it is, because you know nothing is gonna change and things are gonna be a certain way, and that's how it is. But that's why like now I try to like I live in like my little own bubble because I think it's better that way. Um, and I just keep to myself and just focus on me, on the future, on NWA, you know, and on my training, because that's what I'm making, and that's my money maker. Like everybody else is, you know, if they're saying whatever, it's whatever. People are always have something to say.
No, I'm just really excited for everything that you've been doing, whether it is the wrestling, the MMA, and just I'm glad that I was able to have you back on. I feel like it's been a minute since we've caught up, so thank you
It's
so
like
much for
2 years, and you know, a lot has happened after those 2 years, and I'm happy that we get to like I guess to reconnect, because I'm in a different playing level in my career as a person, as a woman. You know, I feel a lot stronger. I feel that all the hard work has paid off in a way, and a lot of bigger things are going to happen. But I'm in a very, very good place right now.
that makes me so happy. You deserve it. You really do. You've busted your ass, so congrats.
Really, I busted my ass.
Everybody, this has been the absolutely amazing Thunder Rosa. I am the interview queen, Alicia, too, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.